Welcome back, sisters. I'm so proud of you for continuing to show up for yourself. The great news is that every bit of the work you did in the last video will be repurposed for the answers to questions in this one, so keep your notes handy as we go through this relatively short video. Together, we are going to be brutally honest and beautifully hopeful about the real cost of continuing to live with imposter syndrome. The price of your imposter patterns is real, but it's not permanent. You get to decide today and every day what you're no longer willing to trade for safety, approval, or visibility. You are not an imposter. You are authentically the author of what comes next. Let's write that new chapter with boldness, clarity, and truth. By the end of this session, you'll be able to calculate the personal, professional, emotional, and financial costs of maintaining your imposter coping patterns. Identify the toll of invisibility, overfunctioning, and internal disconnection, especially for neurodivergent women. Reflect on missed opportunities, stalled careers, and emotional fatigue in ways that feel motivating, not shaming. Create a clear picture of your desired future and what you're no longer willing to sacrifice to stay safe. Declare your readiness to take up space, speak up, and move forward with visible expressions of competence. Let's be brave for just a moment. Let's stop cushioning the impact, rounding the edges, or apologizing for the truth. The imposter syndrome costs us, not in hypothetical ways, in tangible, measurable, and deeply personal ones. And until we tally up those costs, we have no real motivation to stop paying them. That's what this part of the module is about. Drawing up the invoice. And a heads up, there's a hidden cost ledger that tallies everything. Every time you second guess yourself, shrink your voice, over prepare, or hold back from an opportunity, it takes something. Something irreplaceable. Something that doesn't come with a refund. Let's name them. Time. Hours spent reworking what was already good enough. Energy. The emotional drain of ruminating, masking, or spiraling in anxiety. Money. Lost promotions, underbidding for work, not negotiating salary or raises. Joy. Because self-doubt crowds out satisfaction and fear makes achievement feel hollow. Visibility. Passed over for projects, missed media opportunities, and leadership invisibility. Relationships. Overgiving and hiding struggles erode connection, create resentment, and weaken emotional intimacy. Health. Chronic stress from self-doubt triggers insomnia, illness, shutdowns, and nervous system dysregulation. Authenticity. Compromising your voice, masking your neurodivergence, or playing smaller to avoid scrutiny. Every time you allow your personal, default imposter patterns run on autopilot, it comes with a cost. And Claire, our avatar, has paid all of them. Claire's cost analysis. Let's revisit Claire. She's brilliant. She's competent. She's liked. But she's also overloaded and acknowledged. Watching others rise past her. Claire has paid the price in time. When she spent months perfecting internal reports that nobody read. Energy. Those times she missed dinner with her kids while triple-checking presentations. Money. She now hasn't had a raise in 3 years. Visibility. Her ideas have been credited to others more than once. Authenticity. She rarely speaks up in meetings unless she's sure she won't be contradicted. Now she's exhausted. Not just physically, existentially. Tired of living on the outer edge of her own potential. Neurodivergent women and the steeper price. Imposter syndrome isn't experienced equally. For neurodivergent women, the cost is often higher because the stakes of exposure are felt more intensely. Masking creates burnout. It's beyond tiring. It fractures identity. Perfectionism becomes a shield, but it's one you have to carry constantly. Hiding leads to underaccommodation when chronic stress. The price has been being liked but not understood. Being praised but not promoted. Being seen as capable but never quite belonging. Emotional debt. And internal interest rates. Here's a concept that resonates with many women. Every time you override your inner truth to fit someone else's expectations, you go into emotional debt. And this debt accrues penalty interest. When you say yes when you mean no, the result is resentment. Smile when you feel dismissed, the result is dissonance. Work twice as hard to prove yourself, the result is exhaustion. Over time, that interest compounds. And the return is minimal. Workplace impact. The real numbers. Let's name the professional penalties of imposter syndrome. Women who don't negotiate their starting salary lose an average of $500,000 to $1 million over a lifetime. Neurodivergent professionals are 30% more likely to be underemployed even when highly qualified. Women who mask ADHD or autistic traits are more prone to late career burnout and early exit from leadership roles. These aren't just individual stories. They are systemic patterns. But personal awareness is the first rebellion. The social price. What it costs us in relationship. Imposter syndrome also affects how we connect. You may isolate rather than allow yourself to be seen struggling. You may resent others' success while blaming yourself. You may avoid feedback because it always feels like criticism. You may overfunction in friendships to earn your place. Over time, relationships become one-sided or performative. Vulnerability, the true root of connection, gets lost. Future cost. If nothing changes. Now, the most sobering question. If I keep going this way for another 5 years, what will it cost me? Will you still be in the same role? Will your creative energy have dimmed? Will your health be paying the price? Will you regret staying safe instead of stepping forward? You are not fragile, but you are finite. Let this not be your future. You don't owe anyone smallness. Many of us believe that being humble, quiet, and good will protect us from harm or exclusion. But here's the truth: you don't owe anyone your invisibility. The belief that staying small equals staying safe is a childhood relic. It may have been true once, but in adult professional life, it simply delays your growth. Stepping forward may bring discomfort, but staying hidden brings depletion. Let's try the price assessment matrix. Have the Module 3 Feable PDF open or make a 4-column table in your journal. The first heading is Strategy, then Short-term benefit, Long-term cost, and what would a shift in choices look like for you? List your strategies. If you'd like, you can pause the video to refer to the information on strategies in the Module 3 PDF. Then identify the short-term benefit you receive for each one. What is the long-term cost of that strategy? Now, what would a shift look like for you? Create your own choices and scenarios that represent your particular situation using information in this video, or lists via the Module 3 PDF. The goal is to get honest with yourself, gently, lovingly, then fiercely honest about what this is really costing you. Body-based reflection. Where in your body do you feel the weight of staying small? Shoulders, throat, chest, belly. Write about it. Draw it. Walk it out. Your body has been carrying this, and it also knows what freedom feels like. Ask it, what would lightness feel like instead? Claire's turning point. One Friday afternoon, Claire is the last to leave the office. Again, she's reworking a project that had already been signed off. Her inbox pings. A junior staff member has been asked to lead the next client presentation. She feels a thud of disappointment, a flash of shame, but also clarity. No one is coming to validate her. It's time to speak. It's time to ask. It's time to make that claim. On Monday, she does. You're allowed to be seen. This is the closing of the imposter loop. You don't have to wait until you feel enough to take your place. In fact, that feeling may never arrive unless you act fast. So here it is: a decision, a commitment, a declaration. I've paid enough. I'm done earning permission to exist. Now let's walk forward into visibility. You're ready. You're worthy. You always were. Reflective exercise. In the Module 3 PDF or in your journal, write on the following questions. What has your current coping strategy actually cost you? Time, energy, money, connection. What relationships or opportunities have you kept yourself out of? What health impacts, sleep, stress, anxiety are linked to this pattern? What do you imagine might happen if you stopped performing or proving? What would be worth the discomfort of changing? What does your future self, 5 years from now, wish you knew today? The answers you've created for yourself through the work of this video will be immediately useful in the final video of the module, where you'll create a reframe of the way you are in the world and write a new self-definition. I'm looking forward to taking you through it. See you there.